on. Now, the Trades Union Congress has this morning embarked on a peaceful walk in line with the theme for this year's celebration, Sustainable Pension for All, the role of social partners. The group is demanding an easier calculation of pensions. Kojayang Singh is there live for us. He's speaking to Dr. Dr.Baah, Secretary General of the Trades Union Congress.
How does the TUC feel about SNIT's efforts so far over the years? And are they satisfied with the way pension money is invested by SNIT?
When you invest, you expect returns. Over the years, we do not think that the returns have been very good. Sometimes they get good returns, but sometimes the returns have not been as we expect. But things are changing very, very fast at SNIT. Things are improving very, very fast. Under the new leadership, the chairman is Dr. Baah, then the Director General is Dr. John Oforitin. They are working very hard with the new management. So things are changing. They have audited all the investments before they took over 2 years ago. And the profile is improving. Where they need to stop the investment, they have stopped. If they have to inject more funds in the investment, they are doing it. So we had a forum just last week, and the Director General explained the investment strategy. We think if we go by that, SNIT investment will improve. Things were not that good, but I can see a very good future for SNIT.
Now, this particular demonstration is being guided by the police. This is the part of the many jobs that they do. And this government is considering plans to make their pension scheme a contributory one, which is very different from what they have been on so far. Talk to me about TUC's opinion of this, whether they think this is the way forward.
Okay, the police are special people. They work. Their work schedules are not the same as ordinary workers. Every police officer can be called anytime, even when they are on leave. So they have a different pay structure compared to the other public servants. Now, the tradition is that police don't contribute to their pension. But I think they have some welfare schemes. I don't know the details of what government wants to do, whether to convert their welfare schemes to some third-tier provident fund schemes for them or not. I need to have the details before.
So as Ghana marks this day, which of course around the world different people are marking with different emphasis.
Yes.
As Ghana marks this day, what are the TUC's plans for the improvement of workers' their performance here in Ghana? Very often on days like this, we always think about what the employer must do for the employee. But how about the performance of the Ghanaian worker? What are the plans that the TUC has to enhance the performance, output, and productivity of the Ghanaian worker?
You see, performance and productivity don't just happen. If you want your staff or your employees to be more productive, you need to plan productivity improvement and involve all the workers. The reasons why there is low productivity in an enterprise vary. Some are psychological, some are social, some are cultural. You need to change the culture. Let people know that when productivity goes up, it helps them. But we always think that it's important that the workers and management come together to discuss this, not only at the enterprise level, but also at the national level. So now we have what we call the social partnership agreement. We are expecting that government will give us enough space for us to discuss productivity issues, salary issues, housing issues, occupational health and safety issues, and whatever will improve the conditions of service for workers, but not leaving productivity behind. If your productivity is low, you cannot compete with any country. But the only way we can compete is to make sure our productivity goes up. And we are willing to work with employers, government, to make sure that productivity in Ghana goes up.
Now, there are some who suggest that it's more not just a culture problem, but an attitude problem. You know, coming to work late, taking advantage of...
Attitude is part of culture. You see, They say attitude is everything. But attitude develops over time. When you employ someone, the first day they come to work, you can see the enthusiasm. But if they come in and you don't give them the tools of trade, so they stay idle, you see their attitude changing. If they start work at 8 in the first month or 2, and there is no job for them, in the third month, they will start coming at 9, and they will close earlier. So the attitude will change based on what the employer plans for them. Because the worker presents themselves, they want to work, but there's nothing to do. And we need to change that, because the attitude develops out of something.
So for you, it's all in the hands of the employer.
The employer has a very important role to play. For example, we need a lot of training and retraining. How many employers are training their people? And I can tell you, in the private sector where training is occurring, their productivity is quite high. So training is key. It's important that employers train. It's important that the employers plan their productivity improvement strategies. If the planning is good, it is important that they themselves prop the workers up to increase productivity.
Thank you very much for speaking to us, Doc. All the very best. And of course, as this demonstration continues, you can see that the passion of the workers is unabated. All different plaques speaking to what they desire from employers. They are talking about how pensions should be improved, and most importantly, they are talking about how their conditions should be protected. Their remuneration should be at its best levels. And today, they are willing to use their legs to do the talking. They are marching from here all the way to Independence Square. They are protected by the police. Traffic is still running as they move, and the people who work in all the institutions and organizations of Ghana today want the world to know that they are spending a moment on pensions. They want the nation to do everything it can to protect their futures after they have completed a very successful and long career. They want to go home and live in comfort and dignity.
So that's the Trades Union Congress, essentially on this peaceful walk, and their focus this year, with this year's celebration, has been on pensions. Yesterday, we tried to get a better understanding of the issues they have, particularly with SNITs. Well, they say they don't quite understand the calculations. You heard there Dr. JoyNews, Secretary General of the TUC, also explaining the issues. They don't quite understand the calculation that goes into it. So workers really don't know what they will be getting when they eventually go on retirement. They want SNIT in particular, or the NPRA, the Pensions Regulatory Authority, to explain things better for them so they can all be on the same pace. So Kojang saying, wrapping things up beautifully with the walk for us this morning. Stay with us still to come. Ketty Awake Purified Drinking Water. We've got some show business this holiday. Wherever you are watching us, we hope that it is not so stressful a holiday for you. Stay with us here on the AM Show.